Welcome to the Genetic Genius podcast, where we explore cutting edge topics in women's health, epigenetics, and biohacking. In this week's episode, I'm joined by Lily Allen-Duenas, founder of the Wild Yoga Tribe and the host of the Wild Yoga Tribe podcast. As an international yoga teacher, meditation guide, and holistic health and wellness coach, Lily has helped countless individuals reduce their emotional overload and find balance, breath, and space for self-care. In this episode, she shares her insights on using yoga techniques to combat stress and promote healing through breath work. You'll also learn about Lily's journey to a life of flexibility, fluidity, and compassion, and how she guides others on their path to living a life centered on wholehearted well-being. Whether you're a seasoned yogi or a beginner looking to reduce stress and find balance, this episode is packed with practical tips and advice. So tune in to the Genetic Genius podcast and discover how you can use yoga to reduce stress, improve your health, and unlock your full potential. Welcome, Lily.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lulu. Happy to be here.
Great. It's so good to have you. I hope I said your name correctly. Can you say it really well for the audience?
Sure. It's Lily Allen-Duenas.
Okay, perfect. I don't think I butchered it too bad. So I
You did good.
apologize. Okay. Before we dive in, can you please tell us a little bit about your background, how you became involved in yoga, meditation, all that good stuff?
Yeah, so actually, I grew up in California and I started meditating at around the age of 10 or 11. There was a YMCA outdoor summer camp opportunity for a morning meditation class in the mornings for every day for a week, one summer. So 10, 11-year-old, I was like, oh, I want to do that. And then I just could feel always, ever since I was little, that my brain was moving very quickly. If you're into Ayurveda, I'm very Vata. I have a quick mind. And I felt, wow, this is an amazing way to just slow everything down and have that single point of focus. So I was really lucky to have that. My parents weren't hippies or Buddhists or anything that would have brought meditation into my life. It was the YMCA. And then yoga came into my life when I was 16. A soccer teammate asked me if I wanted to try yoga at the gym, new thing they'd offered. Again, this is California, but we didn't have yoga. Like no one knew what yoga was, or at least in my area, Sonoma County, Napa Valley area. I had never heard of it, and it wasn't in mainstream. And this is before smartphones, everyone. So we were not able to just figure it out on Instagram. So yeah, but within 2 minutes of stepping into that class, I could just feel, like it was like I was remembering something again, feeling the mind slow and the mind drop out of the head and into the body, all that energy just sinking down and in instead of out. I think we all feel how much of our energy goes out all day long, out. And so to feel like energy is actually going in, like that was it. I was hooked. So then continue to futz around on it by myself. And then in college, I was able to join studios and do things more regularly, and then worked in marketing management for 7 years and burned out. Before Dr. Lulu, we even said burned out. This was not a phrase back in the day. So yeah, burned out. And then I just spent a year asking my heart and speaking to my inner wisdom in Shavasana and saying, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to give? How am I supposed to serve? And in asking those questions to my heart and to myself, I took a full year to really listen and make sure it was the true answer. I heard I'm supposed to, or my voice told me I'm supposed to help others on their path of health and wellness and wholeness. And through yoga and meditation and various other healing modalities, that's the way I'm called to serve and to help.
I love that. That's so great. What part of, you said Sonoma County is where you grew up when you were a child?
Yeah, Santa Rosa, if you're familiar.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I lived when I was in third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade in San Diego. And so, yeah, I know the vibe during that time period. My mom was super into yoga and meditation and dabbled in it. And I starting at age 6. And so I attended all kinds of ashram meditations. I was a 70s baby. So all of those types of things. And yeah, so I know that when you're a child, it totally influences you in one way or another, right?
Yeah, it does. But That's cool that your mom took you along. I love that.
Everywhere. I went everywhere she went. So I have memories of all different types of yoga events, which is really fun memories for me. And so let's talk about like yoga in general, because I think right now, as you said, it's more quote unquote mainstream. I think people at least have heard of the word, but what is it really? But I think more specifically, like, how does it differ from other forms of exercise? I think that's a key point, because let's like talk about like the true form of yoga, not like cardio style or some things how it's evolved into.
Yeah, that's a great point because yoga is this like rich tradition and this ancient path to enlightenment. It was a path in even the physical practice of yoga asana. So you can picture people in Warrior One or in a headstand or something. The whole purpose of doing that, the only reason was to make the body more comfortable to sit in meditation. Because if you're not flexible in your physical body, if you're physically sitting and cross-legged for meditation, you can only go maybe 10, 25 minutes without there being stabbing pain that would draw you out of your meditation, out of that inner landscape and into the physical world again. So that was the goal. And so yoga is, as you said, Dr. Lulu, mainstream. And my podcast is the Wild Yoga Tribe, where I interview yoga teachers from around the world. And so one yoga teacher from each country, it's been like 77 teachers so far, 77 countries. Universally, there's yoga around the world. It is mainstream. And I'm so excited and happy about that. But it is mainstream also in this way of being gym yoga, cardio yoga, exercise yoga. And that's not a bad thing because it is great for circulation. It's great for a lot of physical benefits, right? A little bit more mobility for your joints, for building some strength, as well as mobility and flexibility. But the path of yoga, if this physical asana, this physical yoga that we think of, is just one branch off the tree of yoga, and that tree of yoga has 8 branches, 8 limbs. So there's so much more to learn and to know about yoga. Meditation is a branch. Pranayama, which is breath work, that's a branch. But so is self-study and tapas, being the yamas and niyamas, restraint. And there's all these different like layers of what yoga is. And the more that you are curious and you want to know more, the more you can dive into it.
That's beautiful. Great explanation. Yes. And the 8 limbs of yoga, I think, as you said, there you can really dive deep into the aspect of immersion, right? For yourself on your holistic path, really like how far do you want to go down the path of yoga and meditation? I myself have gone way down that path. I love it. And when we're talking about doing the practice of yoga, let's like dive into this piece. How does it really impact like the mind, the body from that nervous system place, especially like the sympathetic nervous system?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Because stress, we'll just start off with stress, and stress affects every layer of your body. And if you think, oh, it's okay, maybe I'll have some tension in my shoulders. No, stress actually impacts your musculoskeletal, your respiratory, your cardiovascular, your endocrine, your GI tract, your nervous system. It's all impacted. To get into that, how yoga impacts the nervous system. So the sympathetic nervous system, it is an amazing part of our bodies. We have this pendulum swing that is supposed to naturally occur, between the parasympathetic and the sympathetic every 88 minutes to 4 hours. That's what biology, it's supposed to just swing. So the sympathetic is that focused, awake, active, alert, thinking, working state. The parasympathetic is that rest and digest. It's more of the housekeeping activities in our body. And I know you all know this, Dr. Lulu, but some of your listeners maybe are
it's
enjoying
a
little
good to recap.
Yes,
it's great. I think it's always great to talk about the nervous system. It's a good refresher for everyone, including myself, right? I was like, oh yeah, I'm in this state of stress. I'm like, no, I'm running from the bear. What am I doing? How am I going to get out of it? Yes, it's totally important.
Totally. So the parasympathetic with those rest, digest, the housekeeping activities, and also it's reproduction, it's digestion, it's immune functions, and it's things like memory consolidation or consolidation. So when we're normally functioning as a human, it should just swing back and forth and we should have a little wave. The problem with modern day life is that we're often not swinging naturally. We're often stuck. in the sympathetic, stuck in that working, thinking, active, awake, focused state. And then, okay, we're stuck in that. But then we also get stressed because we're wearing down the tissues of our body. And if that can cause, think about it. So what would make you feel stressed? Phone ringing, emails pinging, ambulance outside, all of these advertisements. It's never ending. And we're just being bombarded in things that are meant to stimulate us, make us up, purchase something, emote something, so we want something. We're very consumerist capitalist society, and I know everyone wants to capitalize on our time. We're in a new economy of attention, and that is what marketing people say. I was in marketing for 7 years. I still do some freelance stuff for people in the health and wellness verticals. Love to support great humans. So as you mentioned about the bear though, Dr. Lulu, I love to say that your brain treats all stress like it's a tiger, like you're being chased by a tiger. That's my favorite animal of choice for this. Bear works, but it treats all of it. So even if it's something like a paper tiger, quote unquote, like an email or a tough conversation with your boss or your kid is sick, that's a paper tiger. It's not a real live tiger going to eat you. But our body actually kicks into high alert like it is a tiger. And there's no low gear. There's no yellow, amber alert, orange alert, red alert, high alert. None of that. It is one alert only, high alert. So no matter what's happening in your body's always asking that question, am I okay? Am I safe? Am I okay? Am I safe? That email makes you feel like you're not okay. So yoga is a practice of reprogramming the sympathetic nervous system to help ourselves really reframe. It helps us really reframe our relationship to stress. It makes us pause and think, okay, what am I creating in my mind? What am I feeling? What's actually happening? So you can choose your response. Plus, if you do become a little bit more aware of those physiological responses to stress, because if it impacts all the layers of the body, if you become a little bit more aware of your body through yoga and meditation and breath work, where you start to notice, oh, my shoulders are crunching up, or you notice, oh, my belly is tight. If you're able to start to observe that, and you're maybe able to get these little flags, oh, I'm being triggered. Oh, my paper tiger got me in high alert right now. And one of the crazy biology facts, one of those physiological responses, Dr. Lulu, the adrenal glands. I just love to give the example that our adrenal glands are sitting on top of our kidneys. And if you are stressed all day long, if you are in the sympathetic state, it is the equivalent of 3 cups of coffee on a day. It's an IV drip, just constantly just releasing adrenaline. And that's why maybe you're feeling anxious throughout your day. Maybe you feel a little shaky. Maybe startle quickly when anyone walks in your room. You're always getting startled. Maybe your mind won't stop thinking. Maybe you can't go to sleep. That's because you have 3 cups of coffee getting constantly pumped into you, as well as any other caffeine, if you were a caffeine drinker or intaker. And so those are all linked, all of those things, to an overactivation in the stress response. And that's what yoga does, is it helps you reprogram the sympathetic nervous system to help yourself reframe your relationship to it.
Well, that was great, Lily. We learned so much about stress and how our body responds. And I really liked some of those key points. I love your tiger analysis. It's a really great way for people to understand all the different aspects of how stress is impacting us. And it's not just one thing, right? I think that's what people are really understanding now. And that's like that onion effect that we're really also understanding too. It's like, it's a cumulative effect, the chronic effect. And if you don't do things like yoga, meditation, things to help your body to relax and de-stress and self-care, then you don't have the place to rewind. Like I had my birthday yesterday and yay, I took a whole day of just
Happy birthday.
Thank you. A whole day of self-care. Like I always do meditation, yoga anyway, but I like really did a different type of practice, like focusing on myself. It's just in a different way, like my birthday. And I did a chiropractic, and then I did sauna, cold plunge. I went for a walk. I did all these things. And after the end of the day, my point is that I was like, wow, why am I not doing this like every day? That was like my take home from yesterday, plus a great dinner and the party, like all of it together. But I was like, wow, I could really, if I made this happen every day, what would it look like for me? And so I was like, this is what I practice my patients all the time, but I'm not like it was a different frame of mind because I was coming from that parasympathetic parasympathetic place of, I think, thinking about it. It was a different day. It was great.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. And happy birthday. And I love
Thank
that you
you.
spent it doing self-care. And I love that idea too of what if I could do this every day? So maybe you don't have 4 hours or 6 hours every day to do all of those self-care techniques, or maybe you're even struggling for a 1 hour yoga class. I know we all have such different schedules and obligations and different family structures. And I understand like there's a lot of obstacles to that. And so one of my main passions too with yoga and with my work with coaching, it's always to help meet people where they are and then say, okay, if you only have 5 minutes a day, if that's realistic for you, what can we put in that can change your,
Right.
because you can change. If you're in parasympathetic or if you're in sympathetic, we can get you to parasympathetic in 3 minutes. We can swing you back. And if you're starting to feel activated again, we can swing you back. There are tools out there and it's amazing. But I do also wish, Dr. Lulu, I have 6 hours a day to do self-care.
I know, me too. That is why I'm aiming to that. I'm like, yes, so being in that space of it, being in that parasympathetic mode in the rest of my practices, I think that was like a big takeaway too. Okay, where am I being triggered and being out of that stress mode for sure. And when we're talking about doing yoga from this place of helping our body to deal with stress, helping our body to deal with the anxiety, how can we really tailor it to maybe a listener out there that's, I get you, I hear you, Lily, but how can I bring some of this in to really help myself with the practices of dealing with the stress and the anxiety?
Love it. Great question. Because there's so many different little elements of yoga that can help elicit that parasympathetic response in the body. One amazing thing you can do is a safe inversion, which would be to get your head below your heart. So however that would make sense for you, whether it's a downward dog or whether it's a headstand or whether you just want to lay on your bed and then slide your back down so that your head can be off the bed, maybe rest your hands on the floor. You can do it however you'd like, but getting your head below your heart, it'll slow your heartbeat and slow your breath. And that helps get that parasympathetic elicited. So does deep breathing with a huge emphasis on the exhalation. And why it actually sounds like magic to me, but it's science, it's real, that on every exhale, our heartbeat slows fractionally. On every inhale, our heartbeat speeds up fractionally. That emphasis on a very long, luxurious exhale is really nourishing. So is repetitive movement. So if you're doing dynamic yoga practice, like a vinyasa sequence with sun salutations, you can get lost in the movement of things. So it could be a sun salutation, sure, but that repetitive movement, it can be very passive. You can be on the floor, you can be twisting from one side, inhale, twist to another, inhale, twist back. It can be simple. You can have a beautiful little sequence with some eagle arms and some swooping. There's creative ways to do that. And I'm happy to share YouTube links to my examples of this. You can work it in. It doesn't have to be a sun salutation if that doesn't feel right for you. Sounds. So if you're doing yoga, silence is also a very powerful way to elicit the parasympathetic response. Silence. We are so used to stimulation. So silence is great. But if you do want to play music, just make sure you're not pumping up that rock star playlist, which is fun, but that's not going to help your yoga practice. You do want it to be very calm. Very mantra, repetitive, very gentle. So is in your yoga practice, just being aware of what's going on in your body. If you can actually, in a pose, drop out of your head into the body, say, okay, do I feel tension in my shoulders? Can I feel sensations in my arms as I push them out? Can I feel my hips center back? So if yoga teachers will cue you to focus on your breath, 5 inhales. One of my yoga teachers in India, Hemant Singh, he always said, in Ashtanga, if it's 5 to 7 breath hold, your first 3 breaths are to find your pose. Your last 3, or if it's 5 to 7, your last few are to settle in and then not move and then find the breath. So it's your choice too. You're completely empowered. Do you want to focus on just your sensations in the body? Do you want to focus just on your breath? I know that we all have different stories and traumas and journeys, so you can pick what you want to focus on. But it shouldn't be other people in the yoga room. That's kind of the one rule.
Right. Don't be looking at the person's nice yoga outfit next to you, or not a yoga outfit, depending on where you practice.
You got it.
Yeah. Oh, that was great because I think it's so important to be able to understand there's different methods or different methodology to allow us to use yoga in a specific way. Like, of course, like you mentioned, it's this holistic aspect of it. But when we can we'll talk a little bit more about those kind of things. I don't want to spoil. We'll dive into this. I love how you talked about the breath work, Lily, and I'd love for us to dive into that a little bit more. Maybe you could give you talked about one of the limbs of yoga as being pranayama, and I'd love for you to talk what that is specifically. What's prana? And then also, when we dive into that place of breath work, maybe give a larger example of a practice and how it can help someone in that stress piece. I know you mentioned that slowing that breath work, but maybe like a nadi or something like that, where an actual like piece that someone can practice. Maybe if you're watching the YouTube, then maybe you could do a demonstration and then you can talk us through it.
Sounds good. Yeah, prana is life force. So it's the Sanskrit word for life force. And I don't know of a better way to explain that other than it exists in all things. And there's life force in rocks, in food, in our bodies. It's not just humans that have it. It
Right.
is the force of
Our
life.
egos say that, right? We're the only ones, but yes, it's in
No chance.
everything right around us.
So prana actually is said to give more energy than food. So that is what is said in ancient Hindu and Indian scriptures. And oxygen, I guess if you route it down, like prana gives more energy than food, but oxygen is more important than food, right? You
Right.
have to breathe more frequently than you have to eat. So prana, you can by manipulating, that's a tough word, isn't it though, Dr. Lily?
Right. Yeah.
Manipulating. But by influencing or impacting or changing your breath, you're able to change kind of how the prana is being built in your body, altering the flow. Because we have this one channel that goes through our spine, and if anyone knows where the chakras are, like that column is called the Sushumna Nadi that goes up, and then we have the Ida on the left and the Pingala on the right. And if you can picture that like DNA helix or like that medical staff with the two, I think, serpents going around it. Like
Right.
that's kind of the Ida and the Pingala move, and they intersect at the chakras. Yama is the expansion of this life force, and there's so many breathing techniques that you can do. Nadi Shodhana, Brahmari, Bhastrika, Kapalabhati. Those are just a few, but of course there's rhythmic breathing and chest expansion breathing and belly breathing. There's things that don't involve Sanskrit names as well, so don't be intimidated. And a lot of people just ask, like, why the breath? Why are we doing that? And the breath is not in the past, it's not in the future, and it's a wonderful way to reveal your emotional state as well. If you're starting to get really anxious, you can probably notice you're breathing a little shallower and a little quicker. And before you go to sleep, I think everyone knows you start to breathe slower and longer. And someone who is asleep, very long and slow breaths. And that is the state of calm versus the state of anxiety. And so that breath is the bridge also, if we can take it from our mind to our body, it's always with us. It's always ebbing and flowing. It's not asking you to do anything. It's not demanding something. It's always changing. It's not a stable thing. And so by focusing on the breath, you're feeling something rather than concentrating on something. But there is meditations where you concentrate on a candle flame, Tratika. There's options.
Right.
I love that you're feeling, and you're also able to feel the impermanence of things, the impermanence of your breath, how it changes, the impermanence of your thoughts, of your emotions. And I don't know, I love the breath. But did I talk enough about prana for you? Do you want me to move into an example or?
Yeah, no, I think that was good. That was really good. And I really like that you brought that emotional piece in, because that emotion is how people think about like manifestation or attracting more abundance into their life. And it's all about emotion, right? Everything we do on that, talking about the life force, that prana, it's all energy, and energy is just emotion, right? Everything that when we're thinking like, oh, I hate that, right? It's actually going to manifest because we're giving it our energy. It's the same with life force, right? How we're manifesting things within our breath and our body and using that for that manifestation of life. So yeah, I think that was a great explanation.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so on to an example. So if anyone wants to join, they can remove glasses if they wear them.
Dun, dun, dun.
And Headphones work if you happen to be using them, or you can take them off if you are a person who can use audio from the computer or phone. But what we're going to do Brahmari, and I
Mm,
love Brahmari breath. It's a bee humming breath, and I
mm,
love it because it is on so many levels good for your parasympathetic system. We're humming, and I'll show you how to do it, but I'll explain that by humming, we're like giving a frequency to our body that's very nourishing. We're stimulating our vocal cords, so our thyroid is getting tapped into. So many good things
mm,
about it. So don't underestimate the power of humming. But for Brahmari, it's your choice whether you want to put your thumbs over
mhm.
that little cartilage over your ears.
Right.
This little cartilage. But if you have headphones, it's enough. You're fine.
Yeah.
But you put the little cartilage, and then you can close your eyes and make sure you don't have your teeth clenched together. We
Mm,
want to make sure there's a little gap. You can keep your lips together. That's great. We want the lips together, but not the teeth, or else it might rattle. So you just press the cartilage down enough, cover your eyes, and then you inhale and exhale a hum. And then we could do this quite a few times, Dr. Lulu.
Yes.
I would recommend that someone just go at your own pace, maybe for
Mm,
1 minute, maybe just for 10 hums. And
mm,
if that doesn't feel safe for you to put your hands over your eyes or to press your thumbs into your cartilage, that's the traditional way. But you're welcome to just put two of your hands
mm,
lovingly
right.
over your chest. You can feel that kind of
Mhm.
reverberation, and that can
Right.
also be really calming.
Yeah. Oh, I love that one. Like you mentioned, so good for the thyroid and really opening everything up, and that sense of bringing us back to the reverberation of life, right? That like really grounding, even though it's coming from up here, is connects us to the vibration of the earth. So it's like really brings us down and centers us. So really important. I love that. Thank you for that amazing example. And it's something easy. That's what I love about breath work is that, and especially in combination of yoga, it's so easy. You can practice it anywhere. Like I'm traveling on the plane or anywhere. I'm like, oh yeah, I was going to take a few moments to like breathe and really get myself centered. And then maybe I'm going to do some great asanas and just really help my body to, it's a way, I think it's a really great way to really attune yourself more to you, more to that inner place of knowing. We're always, like you said earlier, everything around us, that stimuli, it's always stimulating us, but is it stimulating us in a right way? It was like, they don't, the outside world doesn't know how we need to be stimulated. Only we know that true source of stimulation. And I think the yoga and breath work allows us to go in and be able to tune into that so much deeper.
Totally. And you just reminded me of something that when the world doesn't know how we need to be stimulated. That's what kind of, is that also I would love to share with your listeners that we talk all the time in the West, at least,
Mm,
about dieting,
mm,
right? And
mhm.
I'm sure Dr. Lulu has episodes on this, I'm sure,
Yes.
about how I would hope it's in the vein of we're all making our own choices, but that's not
Mm,
always, we're not always advertised in the way what a diet should be and what, for this 30-day thing. But anyway, so what I'm thinking about though, is that if you are or have ever considered a diet with food, have
mm,
you ever considered a diet for your ears? Or
right.
a diet for your eye? Because if you're so willing to do a diet for your taste sense, why not the other senses? And
Mhm.
especially when it comes to perhaps a diet for your eyes, I would imagine that would be less screen time. And that would be less time on your devices and on your phone,
Mhm.
and also being mindful about what you're watching. Maybe you're a
Right.
person, you have to be in front of the computer 8 hours a day. Okay. Can you not watch TV in the evening though? Or if you do, why are we watching so many violent,
Mm,
scary cops? That's so
right.
much negative stimulation. That is
Mm,
negative energy we are inviting into our consciousness. Or with the ears, can we be really mindful about the music we're listening to,
mm,
positive messaging? Or can we be mindful also to listen to nothing, have it be
right.
silent? So I just a few little ideas for your listeners. Maybe consider
Yeah.
a different diet.
Yes, no, those are great. And I think any reduction in screen time is so important. I have it set on my devices to remind me how much screen time I've had. Because not only do I have, of course, my phone for all types of things, but then I'm also on the computer, especially now that I mainly see patients with telemedicine. I'm on the computer so much that I have to have that downtime, whether that's, like you said, just doing a meditation and covering my eyes and allowing myself that break, or wearing blue blocker glasses, whatever it is, to allow my eyes to have some type of renewal. And I think it's really important. And now we're using our eyes in this such a different way than we did even 15 years ago, with the way that technology has advanced. So having the downtime, but also the support. What do you need maybe from nutrition and supplementation to help support yourself with those extra things you said, and listening, really taking the time to listen, not have sound, but to listen inward. So important. Let's see. We talked about the physical aspects of yoga, which I loved about that. And I'd love us to talk about some things for specifically around hormones for women, because I know that there's a lot of amazing poses that can be helpful for that. Can we talk about some ones? Let's first talk about some ones that maybe can be really helpful for the reproductive cycle, and then maybe some ones that you would not want to do, for instance, if you were menstruating, because I know those are kind of like two categories. So if you could talk about some of those, especially as we're on this like edge of fertility crisis in the world, I think it's important for women to know that there's things they can do to help, just as yoga is another great benefit.
Yeah, so if you are menstruating, generally from all the traditions, all the teachers in the past generally advise no inversions. Would not be getting your head below your heart, because you are reversing the blood flow. I know that's very, very minimal technically, but still, if you think about energy, things are flowing down. You're getting upside down, you're encouraging energy to flow opposite. So whether it's true for you or not, I know there's other yoga teachers in modern times who say, it's fine, do whatever you want, but that's just what that is. It is all, everyone has their own opinion. You are welcome to try for you, but in general, that is said not to do inversions, because energetically you're encouraging energy to travel the way it shouldn't be during that time. I'm also very mindful during my menstruation cycle to not be doing too much hard twisting motion on the abdomen. That's like a wringing of a washcloth. I think that we are shedding lining. A lot's going on. And if I am adding more pressure and friction, I don't think that's necessary for the body. If it also doesn't feel good for you to just lay flat on your belly or add added pressure, like locust pose or bow, where your floor bow, there would be other poses you can do that might feel more nourishing. Also, totally love yin practices during my menstruation cycle. I think slowing down is really important. That's me. I would say if you are interested in fertility, and if you're looking at doing things that are good for the health of your body, I think my favorite pose for that is malasana, like a squat pose, and also pelvic floor. Anything you can be doing, you can even just be sitting in hero's pose or thunderbolt and just be breathing into your pelvic bowl and send your energy there, send your consciousness there, and see if you can relax your pelvic floor. Because I think often we're in this pelvic floor crisis in a way too, right? Where we're all, I won't say all, but we're over clenching. And that is also, Dr. LuLu, this parasympathetic system not being honored.
That's right.
It's just more tension, more gripping.
Yeah.
But I do think that being just really intentional with your energy and with your meditation practice for fertility is, I think, so important, because I also believe you're probably not going to get pregnant if you're really not ready. Really haven't thought, I really am ready. You think you're ready, or you're pressured, or I don't know. I have to get pregnant. I have 2 years left in before my, blah, blah, blah. Like, if you're not spending that time, like really listening to yourself in silence, really breathing into that idea and manifesting it and really feeling it, that's the precious time that I think can really influence and help you on that journey.
Beautiful. Oh, I loved all those. It reminded me of when you were talking about the squatting pose there, the moon salutation. Have you ever done that one before? Yeah, that one I like that one. That one's fun. I haven't done that one. I'll have to pull it out of my yoga books. That's a fun one. I like that one.
And the moon is more the feminine energy for your listeners. It's the left side of things. Ida, and the Pingala is the more masculine, that right side sun energy, solar. How much of our world is in that solar, active, energetic, sympathetic, stimulating, awake, alert thinking. During Namaskara, sun salutations, like that is vinyasa practices, power yoga, hot yoga. That's all very right side. And I love that Dr. LuLu brought up moon salutations. Honor that feminine side, that divine, calm, passive, yielding, supple, soft, nurturing, nourishing. Oh, doesn't that sound dreamy? Like, we need to spend time there.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, definitely going to pull those out for tomorrow for sure. Especially because we just had the new moon. We have a lot of things this week with the new moon and the spring equinox. So many things have changed. I know this isn't being broadcasted on that week, but we're recording it on that week.
Good,
March,
well, thank you.
yes.
Good way to explain it. Yeah.
Yes, today is March 23rd when we're doing the recording. So there was lots of things this week that are changing with the seasons. And we're looking at ways of talking about how yoga can be incorporated to reduce stress. What are some real tips and strategies that you would recommend for someone looking to incorporate this into their daily routine? I know you talked to a little bit about those pieces, but if they're looking about what is a way, maybe that's joining your community, which you could talk a little bit about that too. That's a great segue to that. But I think that for myself, when I practice yoga, if I don't do it on a daily practice, then it becomes like in the sidelines for me. And so I have to, for me, I make a practice of doing some aspect of it every day, whether that's doing it through breath work or something. So that way I don't be like, oh my God, I haven't practiced yoga in a week. What happened?
I think the routine, the consistency of it is
Yes.
key.
Yeah.
I think carving out a space, like a physical space, that's where you plan on doing it. That's your corner, that's the half of your bedroom, whatever it is, knowing your space. And then having the time, dedicating a time, and not having it, but dedicating it. So maybe the first thing you do when you wake up, you literally roll out of bed onto a meditation cushion you keep by the side of your bed and you meditate. And then maybe you always do 15 minutes or 10 minutes of stretches after. Have your space dedicated, and then have your time where you honor and respect that. And everybody has different ways where they would meet that expectation of, I want to do more yoga. I know some people are more externally motivated. And if your listeners know of Gretchen Rubin, the Happiness Project, she has her own podcast and a book's out, but she talks about these four quadrants of different types of people who are internally or externally motivated. And I'm definitely an upholder. Everything motivates me. I'm okay. But some people need the external. And so if you're a person, you're like, I know myself, I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to do it every day. Or if your goal is 3 days a week, you're not going to do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever it is.
Right.
That means you might need to find a yoga studio that you can go to physically, because then you'll have other people there who will know if you don't come or not. And I use quotations because I teach every week, and I do notice when certain people don't come. They come every week usually, or I notice if someone comes once and they don't come back. As a teacher, I think I do not hold my students accountable in any type of commanding, strict way, but I do notice it. And if you want a teacher to hold you accountable or help you with that, ask or just express that desire. And by expressing it, you're also manifesting it, and it's all going to be there. So do what you need. Or also another great one is YouTube channels. I have a YouTube channel, The Wild Yoga Tribe. I have classes that are 10 minutes, 15, 30, 45, you can set a calendar alert. You can set, oh my gosh, Dr. Lulu, you can set an appointment with yourself.
Yay, those are the best ones.
Block out some time for you. Yeah, treat it like it's a real
with yourself.
Treat it like it's a real appointment. Have that blocked out on your Google Calendar. No one can take that away if you keep it blocked. There you go.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's so important. Those key things that you mentioned about really finding what works for you, what style you are. For me, I have to have the repetition of the time of the day. For me, it doesn't necessarily matter what happens during that day, that time necessarily. There's always going to be the piece of the meditation. Maybe it's I'm journaling this day, or sometimes I'll do a free flow dance. It's whatever it is, but I have to have that morning, ding, this is what gets me going. And I totally notice it when it doesn't happen. The day will go by. I'm like, oh, why does my day feel so weird today? I'm like, oh, that's right. I didn't do what I usually do. Instead, I went straight for the coffee or straight for the whatever it is. And that's the same way for exercise too, for me.
Totally. I'm the same way, where I like to do it first thing in the morning, because then one, it cannot be taken away from me no matter what happens in the day. Crazy things happen. Things come up. Kids get sick, or your boss needs something and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed. And I don't want you to be more stressed. So you probably will tackle it, but do it first. I love doing it first thing in the morning. No one can take it away. 1, 2, I don't think about it for the rest of the day thinking, oh, I'm a little bloated. Oh, I ate something I didn't. There's no excuses. It's done. I have an empty stomach, a fresh mind, clear energy, and in the yogic tradition, the best time to practice yoga is at dawn or dusk. And so I don't always do it at dawn. Sometimes it is totally pitch black outside, and sometimes it depends the time of year, and it depends
Right.
also, but I like dinacharya, your morning daily routine.
Yeah.
Huge.
I think it's so important. Yes, I used to live with a roommate who got up at 5 and did his practice, no matter what. I was like, because that's that time of day where you're so in tune. And I was like, that's great for you. I don't get up quite. Sometimes I do if I'm like, it depends. In the summer, actually, I'm able to get up earlier like that. But in the winter, I just can't. It's like cold and the sun's not up, like not happening.
I hear you.
But summer, I love it. This is great. Oh, okay, Lily, we have talked about so many wonderful things today, but I think we should wrap up and close our session, our wonderful episode, but let's highlight some wonderful things. So first of all, we'll have one last question as we end up, but tell everyone out there that's listening in how they can find you, follow you, stalk you lovingly, and also tell us about your Wild Yoga Tribe community, which is so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, so you can hang out with me anywhere on social media. You are TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest. I'm there. And
Wherever you are.
wherever you are, I'm there. Yeah, it's at Wild Yoga Tribe. So 3 different words, or I guess if it's a @ or a hashtag, it'll be just Wild Yoga Tribe. And the reason I created this community and this space and this container was because I know a lot of yoga teachers out there. It's like yoga with Emily, yoga with Sarah. And it's really not all about me. It's really about you and what you need and how I can serve and help you. And it is about this community that is here to support you. The podcast I mentioned, Wild Yoga Tribe podcast, I interview one yoga teacher a week from every country around the world. It is so important to be in conversation with people who are different than us and know more things than us about different things than us. It's not the same everywhere. There's not one yoga. There's not one definition of yoga, not one style, one type, one path. It's so multidimensional, and the more you're willing to open your eyes to it, the better. And so you're welcome to join the Wild Yoga Tribe. It's literally just following on social media or joining the Patreon account where we do private Q&As and Zoom classes together and fun things. That's a great container for the Wild Yoga Tribe. And then also offering courses, retreats, coaching, classes. So that's just the community. It's of these yoga teachers, yoga students, and anyone who is on that path of health and wellness and wholeness, or is a spiritual seeker. So I'm happy to be with all types of people who are just looking to feel more well and learn more things. And I'd love to hear from any of your listeners who I'd love to say, Dr. Lulu sent me your way, and I'm here
that
for
would be great. I'm sure they will too. We have lots of great listeners out there who love yoga and want to learn more, especially your community is really cool. I was checking it out. So check it out, everyone out there, and we'll put the links in the show notes so you can find it easily. And of course, I'm sure you can find it on all the social medias that Lily mentioned as well. But as we're wrapping up today, one last fun question. If you had an unlimited budget, what would you do right now to make the biggest impact on the planet?
Oh my gosh. The biggest impact on the entire planet. Oh, that's a scary one. That's a very scary one. I thought if I had an unlimited budget, what would you do to make the biggest impact, period? But so what my heart says for me is what I would love to do is right now, I used to travel and teach internationally. And while some international retreats are on the docket, what I would love to do, unlimited budget, is travel all around the world and interview these yoga teachers in person and plan retreats and workshops and courses with them in person, and give them all of the microphones and cameras and everything they need so they can broadcast more professionally or higher quality content. It's like, I just want to continue to nurture this seed of yoga around the world, because what does yoga do? But it makes us better people. It makes us more aware of ourselves and our surroundings. By practicing yoga, you become a better friend, a better partner, a better mother, a better lover, and better citizens of humanity. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's a great idea. You can totally make that happen. Ding.
Thank you.
Yes.
Magic wand.
Yes. We manifested it already. We just put it out there to the universe. All of what you need is coming. Wow. Oh, well, great. Thank you again so much for joining us today, Lily. I loved our conversation about yoga, breath work, and really bringing a practice into your life to help with stress and anxiety. So important. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lulu. It's been such a joy to be with you.
Thank you.